The two sides of pornography. So, first of all, sorry for because the lights are a little dim. I I actually do not like artificial lights in my room much since I guess I was in school. I never liked it, and especially when LED lights came in, then I started hating it more. I swear, like I started hating the artificial lights more and more. And back in those days, there was I never had this kind of information that artificial lights are bad. Now, yes, there's a lot of information out there. There are people talking about how bad these artificial lights are, but instinctively, intuitively, I never liked these artificial lights. I always loved natural sunlight to come into my room, but for some reason nowadays I even, because there are artificial clouds out there, whenever they have these artificial clouds out there, I don't know what light reflects, or I don't know what they're really doing in the sky, but there's a kind of weird white light as well, which is, I'm not liking that as well. So sometimes I do not like that as well. Yeah. So I'm sorry the lights are dim. Little big of an explanation till now. Okay, whatever. So yeah, let's come to the topic: the two sides of pornography. So you might have always heard, that because of pornography, there are rapes in the country, there are sexual crimes in the country. It is so very common to hear about it. But what nobody's talking about is that, because yes, there's one side of pornography. Yes, the sexual crimes increase in the nation, in the country, and of course, you can say that it influences, and rapes may increase in the country. But the other side of pornography is that sexual dysfunctions also start to happen in the society. I mean, I didn't really research around it. Maybe I should have and got some facts also here. But I am more of a person who reads energy, and always been like that. I like to see where people are going, where energies are moving, where society is moving, what is the energy of the collective. I don't know, it's just so natural to me, because we human beings are like that. Actually, it's just that if it doesn't happen with you, it might be because you have lost connect with yourself, you've lost connect with the nature around you, with the universe around you. So much part of, we are all collective, we are all one, and we are all connected. So yeah, it's just, for me, it's so natural to think about where society is going, how can I contribute, and yeah, how can they contribute to me. So yeah, every cloth you buy, every thing you buy from the market, it's more about, how can they it's in a way you are also asking, how are they contributing to me. From the, if you buy vegetables, you buy groceries, they're also contributing to you, and you are also contributing to them. You might contribute in some material sense, or you might contribute in some spiritual sense, and you cannot get rid of that connection, you cannot get rid of that god. you know so yeah, I was talking about the two sides of pornography. So yeah, you might have also heard about that there are rapes increase, sexual crimes against women increase when pornography is very given so easily into the society, or is very accessible into the society. When pornography is so accessible in the society, so all these things increase. And as I was a victim of sexual abuse, and I do have made videos around it, and I just could not watch it back, because of course it's very whatever. Myself have been a victim of sexual abuse in my childhood, so I kind of always had a kind of a hint, that the sexual energies of the collective is very twisted. Because why would you feel sexual towards a child? I was a kid back then. So why will you feel sexual towards a child? Right? So I knew like the energies, sexual energies, the very rooted fundamental energies are very twisted in the society, in the collective. I knew it back then. Like I had a kind of a hint, and of course, and then and then I guess back in those college days, it was pornography was a kind of a hype, okay, around. Yeah, it was a hype around, and anything and everything just made it so normal. Like I remember watching some of the stuff where random strangers on YouTube are talking about pornography. Like it's so normal to watch it, and it's so normal, and yeah, it was a hype back then. And I had to really go and see and do my analysis, like what's the hype about this pornography. And then I went, and what I discovered was that it is, again, I can't help but my analytical mind just gets in anything, anywhere and everywhere. I can't help it. So and I saw that, oh my god, the collective is so twisted in their sexual energies. Like always, I've always felt that, always. And of course pornography is a big example of that. I mean, so the other side of pornography is that yes, it leads to rape. The other side of pornography is that it leads to sexual dysfunctions. Yes, I mean, it is so twisted. Like you will never see in pornography two. Um, you will always see in pornography that yeah, the uncle is having a sexual kind of an affair with the niece. Or I know I am also so disgusted, but this is the reality of what they're showing you, right? Then they will show you something like an extramarital affair. Then they will show you something like like people who are sexually involved, they are not in some normal husband wife relationship, a girlfriend boyfriend relationship. No, you will always find that it's twisted. Sexual energies, you will find that it is always, when there is this it's very twisted. There is this, or maybe there is some yeah, you're gonna find that some a teacher and a student there is this sexual energy between them. I mean, you're trying to destroy every relationship, and fill it with some kind of a, and they subconsciously program you, they subconsciously twist your sexual energies in that sense. All these pornographies and everything, they twist you, they twist it. Your most fundamental, your most fundamental creation energies, they're very sacred, they get so twisted. Yeah, they'll show something very stupid, a random stranger, a delivery boy or something is having a sexual affair, or sexually indulging with with a woman. Random strangers are indulging, and they will show something so crap, but they will never show, like they will spice it up. Like I don't think so spice it up is the right word. I think they will twist it up. They will twist and take you away from your natural sexual energies into this artificial, try to create this artificial kind of a stuff in your head, in your mind. Yeah, they will. And it's sickening, it is very sickening. Yeah. And at that point I thought that, oh my god, collective is doomed because those are one of the most rooted energies, back in those days when I saw it. And I have never shared it. I mean, um, I've talked about sexual energies in one or two of my posts, I guess. And that also I never came, like on a video to talk about this, because these are uncomfortable topics for sure, because people kind of, it's, yeah, I feel like people kind of project a lot, and And it's dangerous, when they project their sexual energies onto you or their perceptions onto you. It can be a little dangerous, when it comes to a woman out there. So yeah, I just never talked about it, but I always felt like I had to talk about it. I had to talk about this thing that's there in the society. So at that point I thought that, yeah, it's still uncomfortable for me, but yeah, whatever. Yeah, there are always one or two people in the audiences who are like so immature and never get you, and they kind of throw their projections on you. Especially when it comes to topics like these, it's little difficult for a woman to take on the projections. It's a safety issue, I feel. Whatever. So yeah, 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 but I had to come and talk about it. Like, so at that point I really thought, when I came across and discovered this, I really thought that the collective energies are distorted, or they are very twisted. But when but now when I see, I feel that maybe the collective is not what they portray in the pornography. Maybe they want the collective to reach that level, and slowly and gradually, by seeing what is shown in pornographies and everything like that, they will slowly and gradually become that. That's the thing. That perception of those, and we have seen Epstein files and everything, and these are sick people. They are sick people. How can you see child, like, how can you even have a sexual eye towards a child? It's sickening. They like you away from being human. You forget being God. Like, you're being away. I don't know. So yeah, I had to come, and these one person, they are twisted people, and hence they want you to become like that, because then it will be easy. Have you ever seen good people? I know there are no good people and bad people, but I guess I'm going to do a separate video on that one day, because I feel there are good and bad people. I feel there are two distinctions, and yet there are no distinctions. Yeah, it's a complex thing, and I'll do a video on that too. So yeah, have you seen that only bad people, how underconfident they are, and they need more bad people around them, so that they can feel secure in being bad? Have you seen that? But whereas good people, they stand, and it's fine. They may stand alone. They don't need anyone. They may stand alone. I never felt like, and if even just two good people combine, and come together, oh my god, the kind of ripple it creates, it's I actually saw, okay, so अब बात चली है तो I don't know, it's going so off the topic, but I actually saw, I guess last year December or something, I don't exactly remember the month, but yeah, it's been a while, and I saw many divine marriages coming in. Like, I saw a big queue. And this is the demand of the time as well. I mean, the demand of the time is that you outdo your karmic patterns, you outdo your karmic relationships, you finish off with them, and you come into the new, you come into your soul relationships. And soulmates doesn't really mean that two, romantic partners coming in together, but it's also about soulmates doesn't have to be romantic partners. They can be sisters, they can be soul sisters, they can be soul brothers, they can be soul brother and soul sisters. There are various relationships, soul friends. They can be various relationships, and of course, your guru is your guru itself is your soulmate in many ways. He is really your soulmate. Yeah. And the most important soulmate ever. So yeah, I don't know. ये वक्त थोड़ा है ही ऐसा कि आपको आपका ट्राइब चाहिए होगा इस समय में. आई नो वी गोइंग सो ऑफ द टॉपिक फ्रॉम pornography to this, बट या ये थोड़ा वक्त है ही ऐसा कि आपको आपका सोल ट्राइब चाहिए ही, यू नो, टू मूव फॉरवर्ड. अगर आप ऐसे लोगों के साथ फंस गए जो खुद तो फंसे हुए हैं और आपको भी नीचे लेके आएंगे, तो प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगी. यू नो, वो खुद दे डोंट वांट टू डू द वर्क, दे जस्ट वांट कि सब उनकी तरह. जैसे मैंने बोला ना, बैड पीपल दे नीड कंपनी. बैड पीपल दे रियली, the more, you know, they are very insecure, all these bad people and everything. Like, that's why you're doing bad in the world, because you yourself are very insecure, right? So these bad people, they're very insecure, and they, you know, they need it. They need to feel secure. And how do they feel secure? Okay, चलो मैं बुरा हूँ, ठीक है, अरे ये भी तो बुरा है ना यार. So that's how they feel secure. उनकी इनसिक्योरिटी ऐसे भरती है. ओके, कि ये भी तो बुरा है, ये भी तो बुरा है, ये भी बुरा है, तो इट्स फाइन ना, चलता है, ठीक है. बट जिस दिन उन्होंने देखा, यू नो, मेरा एक पोस्ट था बहुत पहले, और आई रिसेंटली गॉन थ्रू इट, आई डोंट नो समहाउ, एंड मुझे एकदम से याद भी आया दैट सोसाइटी कलेक्टिव हमेशा दो चीज़ों से बहुत डरती है. एक है ईविल एनर्जीज़, जो उनसे लो एनर्जीज़ हैं, जो नॉर्मल एवरेज सोसाइटी होगी, वो हमेशा ऑफकोर्स ईविल एनर्जी से डर के, जैसे ईप्स्टीन वाली फाइल्स में जैसे जैसे नाम निकले थे. And then they will be fearful of people like divine energies. You know, ये दोनों ऐसा मिरर क्रिएट करते हैं एक एवरेज नॉर्मल ह्यूमन सोसाइटी के लिए कि इट्स जस्ट टू मच फॉर देम टू टेक ऑन. सो या, so that's how bad people just feel secure, you know. Yeah, that's how bad people, they just feel secure. Like, मैं तो बुरा हूँ, तो ये भी तो बुरा है ना, ये भी बुरा है, तो and they want to pull you down, you know, they want you to be like, कोई राक्षस उठा लो, like I can, like, you can bet on it, like I can write it on a piece of paper and like give a stamp or something or whatever. Just, I have said this before also, but the fact is that any rakshasa, evil to evil person, you know, at the end of the day, what will make him win is that you become like him. That's the ultimate. I swear onto that. I have seen it in the eyes of the devil, you can say that. The last depth I have ever been able to catch, you know, of a devil, of, yeah, I have seen it in the eyes, maybe you can say that. The last thing he wants of you is you become like him, and he's won it. He has won it. You leave God's hand and you become like him, and he's won it. That's exactly he wants. He will not, like, his victory is not in giving you pain. His victory is not in seeing you suffering. His victory is seeing you that you become like him. You become like him. Like he lost his way, you also lose your way. I have seen it in these eyes. तो ये वक्त ही ऐसा है. You know, you need your soul drive. You need people जो खुद तो ग्रो करें, आपको भी ग्रो करने दें. You cannot be with people जो खुद इनसिक्योर हैं और अपनी सिक्योरिटी भरने के लिए दे वॉन्ट यू टू बिकम लाइक दैट. तो ये वक्त की डिमांड है, ये वक्त ही ऐसा है. यू हैव टू बी वेरी केयरफुल विद योर रिलेशनशिप्स. यू हैव टू बी वेरी केयरफुल विद, you have to be very careful with what people you are indulging with. You have to be very careful, you know, even if some people are harmless, but if they do not have any purpose or intention with you, You have to, redefine your life again in terms of your relationships and everything. I feel that is a demand of the time. I mean, have you seen those groups? They come together, they hang out, and it just makes no sense. They all come together and discuss about what's going on in your life, what's going in your life, what's going in your life, what's going in your life, and that's it. They just want to know what's going on in your life. They just want to know if you're doing well or you're doing less. You're doing good than them, you're doing better than them, or you're doing not better than them. That's the last thing. So these groups are so unintentional. I mean, they are so purposeless, they are so meaningless. They're sitting on this table and that's all they want to discuss. You have to be a lot more focused. That is a demand of the time. You have to be more focused, and you have to intensify. You intensified your sadhana, you have to intensify your path. So yeah. And if you do not allow randomness in your life, universe will make sure it doesn't allow randomness in your life. Trust me. Thank you for watching the video. Oh wait, I guess I did not explain why, I did not explain like the other side of pornography, that is sexual dysfunctions. So if they will show such twisted energies, in pornography, they'll show that you can only, your sexual energies, if they program you that, your sexual energies are only ignited in a forbidden relationship, in something which is forbidden in the society or whatever. If they show you something like that, then of course you will have a sexual dysfunction, with somebody in a normal relationship. Of course you want to have a sexual dysfunction. you know if they're trying to show you or program you when you watch these stupid pornography, if they program you that your sexual energies are only ignited when you are in a forbidden setup, when you are in extramarital affair, or when you are in something stupid or something like that, then of course you're going to have sexual dysfunctions in your normal relationship, a normal relationship that you have. If they will show you that that's what I meant when I say that the other side of pornography is sexual dysfunctions. There are two sides of this. They will make you indulge in so much lust, and it is so accessible and everything that you won't be able to collect yourself and or be sync. For example, have you seen animals or anything of that sort? They have a mating season, they have it's very much in sync with the universe. So there is this mating season that happens in their bodies are so in sync with the universe. It's very universal kind of a thing. Sexual energies are very universal, and all of this is very universal, right? And what these pornographies are doing, they're making you switch off your sync with the universe. And yeah, they're making it so accessible to you. It's you go so indulgent that when the time arrives, when the universe, your body, your universal body, you are ready for it won't happen, right? You won't be able to um, you won't be able to collect your sexual energies and go ahead with it. Okay, so yeah, I so much want to discuss upon this topic. Yeah, I think I didn't touch the second part of it. I went so off beat and um, I did not touch the second part of it, like why sexual dysfunctions. They're really trying to program you that you shouldn't be in normal relationships. You should always be in some stupid, trigonometry, I don't know what, like uncle niece, they will show. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. So yeah, I just wanted to come here and talk about it. And to some extent, I do not feel that there should be, like, I do not feel that it's bad to have an age gap, you know. Um, I do not look down upon it, but all the cases in pornographies are like that. I feel that in real life there can be exceptions where there is an age gap, and it might be a true thing, for those souls, right? In pornography, the way they are shown, the way they're depicted, it's senseless, it's stupid, it's idiotic, totally.